The Korshem. A village is built within the branches of the Korshem, a massive tree at the heart of Aria that shelters
Hey, hey,
all who
hey, hey,
live
hey, hey,
amongst its
stop, stop.
leaves.
I know you got the sexy, sultry voice and everything, but this is my show. Sup, everyone? Joey, Dex and Drafts. I'm here with Mark. He could say his name.
Hi, I'm Mark Chamberlain.
And today we got something really cool happening, but I'm not going to share exactly what that is yet, even though I already shared it in the title, so whatever. But I'm still going to feel good about my impromptu script here of how to intro things. So as I tend to do, before we go too far, I've got a beer. Mark, I don't know what you got.
I've got a 40 ounce of water, keeping my my voice fresh.
Ounce of water.
That's
We're
true.
doing something really special, like really exciting today, and I get 40 ounces of water to cheers to. That's great. That's fantastic. That's fine. That's fine. You're much cooler than me for this. So for those of you who are curious what I'm drinking, Odell's Sippin' Tropical. The four of you who know Odell's might be familiar with Sippin' Pretty. This is a random other version. So yeah, I need to go a little light today because I got tested positive for COVID. So yeah, I got the pink strip lollipop. Which don't Google that. That might turn into something bad.
Yeah, that means something else where I'm from.
Yeah. This isn't a kid's show. I'm drinking beer. Anyway, here's what we got going on. One, I definitely wanted to introduce you guys to Mark Chamberlain because he actually does a lot for the community that you guys might not be aware of. I know you probably haven't seen, but I bet you've heard. See what I did there? But here's what we're really doing today. Here's why I brought him on. Back in Vegas, the Calling Vegas, the pre-release for Aria, Tales of Aria. Everybody's 800, 900 people in a room, cracking packs. And here's Mr. Chamberlain opening the very first Korshem. Was it Crossroad of Elements? Right?
Yeah, Korshem Crossroad of Elements.
Korshem Crossroad of Elements. He opens the absolute very first one, and he went and got it graded over at PCG, right?
Yeah, Premier Card Grading.
Yep.
It's Channel Fireball's service. I think they partnered with Matt Rogers to open up their grading service, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to get it graded with a big name in the community, and especially Channel Fireball, just see if I can get it with a good grade.
Yeah, so we're going to open this for the first time. He got the box in earlier today. It is still sealed. It is still sealed. So we are going to see what the very first Korshem ever pulled, how that gets graded. How did they do on their first on the first Fabled? So I'm super excited about that, but we're gonna do that in a little bit because I'm terrible, and I want to go back and introduce Mark. So you do a lot of cool stuff for Flesh and Blood.
Oh,
That's not just being a badass in the community and opening Fables all over the place. What do you do? Share with us that story.
Well, I play a whole lot of Guardian, but I suppose what you actually want to know...
what do you do that's fun? I'm kidding.
Well, Valda's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm so excited to... I actually might really build a Guardian because I think she's awesome.
I also like playing Shiana, one of the worst Guardians. She plays Crippling Crush off of the back of a Arknight Shard. It's really cool.
I love that.
So I actually work with the Wraith Times. I'm their narrator. I do the Pro Series audio narration. I also write for them. I just wrapped up a series on team play, trying to uncover the tools of joining and creating Flesh and Blood teams. I reached out to teams all over the community. I reached out and heard back from people in Poland, people in Italy, people in the UK, people all over the United States. Just adding in their words of wisdom and little pieces to the puzzle of joining up with a Flesh and Blood team or creating your own and getting that flag planted locally.
Wow, I actually didn't know all of that. I actually know Mark personally. We met back in the old days of Android Netrunner.
Yeah, gosh, Joey and I go back 10 years almost.
Yeah.
We started playing Android Netrunner probably back in 2012 or 2013, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So that's how I know him. He's down in Colorado Springs. I'm about 2.5 hours up north. So we've met in person and had beers in person, which was fantastic. He joined me on a short when he kicked off his YouTube channel, Mark Chamberlain VO, right?
Yes, thank you so much for helping me launch that. You know, we're gonna put a link down in the doobly-doo or whatever you kids call it these days, so you can check out my narrations.
I wasn't going to, but if you want to direct my video, that's fine. We already went through this whole thing. No, but the awesomeness that is Mark's voice that you guys heard at the very beginning of this video is stuff that he's doing with various pieces of lore. And to capture my own heart, he finished up Azalea first. Like, God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Oh, absolutely. You got to serve the Rangers in our community. The Azalea pieces were just a whole lot of fun to do. You've got a lot of different characters, a lot of degenerates, a lot of representation actually in that story. I really liked it.
Yeah, as a degenerate who plays Azalea, I feel very represented right now. But whatever, we're gonna play Matt. We're gonna play Matt for ProQuest. It is an Azalea playmat.
Man, is it like a mechanologist ranger? What's going on with that gas mask? I need to know.
I'm still not convinced it's a gas mask. I'm not convinced.
Hey, fair.
At all. You look at the angle of her face, and you look at the thing that everybody attributes to being a gas mask, and it is a completely different angle.
Okay.
So I'm not convinced. But I'm also an idiot, and LSS has fooled everybody just about every time. If you need proof, see the awful, amazing Twitter feed they have going on right now.
Oh, yeah. You know, a generic card that destroys cards in Arsenal. What could it be?
No. No. It doesn't say Arsenal. Does it?
Oh.
It says Arsenals.
Ooh, right.
So that could be all. That could be all of your opponents if it's trying to be UPF.
Gross.
So,
I don't like what you've done there.
Still grody, but... yeah. No, I've been going, like, I've been trying to figure out how every single one of those tweets relate to possibly a Ranger card. And then they just came out and said, an arrow attack, unlike anything else. I'm like, oh, well, damn it. I think it's armor piercing. That is my guess.
So, like, what's it called? I think it's disable? No, it's, there's a crush card that puts a -1 counter on your opponent's piece of equipment. It would be cool if we saw that in Ranger. I think that Ranger and Guardian actually are, I don't want to say twins, but they're very similar in design spaces with Dominate and critical on hit effects and things like that.
Yeah, totally.
So
I love it.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway, people came here for the tree. So
oh shit, a tree.
Let's not talk about that just yet. But we can show that off. We can show the box off. But I want to talk, I want to kind of get the story around the card. There we go.
Yeah.
I want to get the story around the card, the story on the pull. How nuts was it for you? Because I was in that room and you pull, you hear a scream and then everybody starts cheering. And then Louis like races over to you.
Right. It was amazing. It was the most incredible experience that I've ever had in a card game. You know, 30 or so of us Coloradans and Wyomans were all within 100 yards of each other and just celebrating all together with the United States community and probably even parts of the worldwide community. I don't know
10 from Canada, 1 from New Zealand. That's your worldwide.
There you go. Hey, exactly. So that's pretty cool. My wife was just over my shoulder, 2 tables down. Sometimes I think back and wish that I'd like abandoned the interview and just gone and hugged her and jumped with her instead.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah, right.
So when you pulled it, did you slow roll the pat? Did you like lift up or did you just like go? Oh shit! Because we didn't know where the cold foils were gonna be.
Right. So I was opening up the pack, and it was pack 1, right? And
oh god, it was pack 1.
Going through the cards.
Yeah, it was pack 1. That's right.
Yeah. So I'm going through the cards and I'm sorting things out, and I hit the equipment, and then behind it is this sideways card, and I started crying because I knew that there's no way that they put 2 of these in the set. There's no way that this was going to be like a cycle of 4 Majestics or 4 legendary locations. It was going to be just the one. So I started tearing up because it was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that I'm here in this place with my friends, my family, my community, the flesh and blood community at large, sharing in this incredible moment. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was amazing, and I think like a minute later, somebody else got theirs. I forgot how many were pulled that
Right.
day.
I think it was like 4, 5, or 6. I know that several were pulled that day. I remember when Louis came over, Louis DeGeorge from Kitchen Table TCG came running over with his streaming equipment and the Flesh and Blood uh, social media team. These two ladies come over with their cameras out, taking pictures for the official Twitter. And while we're going over the card, we hear another eruption of applause and shouts coming from another part of the arena, and it was just amazing sharing in this phenomenon together.
That was. I did a little review on the the things I got from the calling, and I've said it there, and I'm gonna say it again. If you get a chance to go to one of these, just go. Just go. It is surreal, the amount of celebration and fun and excitement. Talk to me about your weekend after it. You had to have become, for lack of a better word, a target that weekend, knowing that you've got your hands on a brand spanking new Korshem cold foil.
I felt less like a target and more like a celebrity. Like, people were celebrating me everywhere I went, and not like, oh man, I'm so jealous, I wish I'd gotten that, oh, I wish I had pulled that card, but just celebrating this thing that we all experienced together. I saw other people who pulled better Korshems than me, actually. Like, I don't really have an eye for grading, but I saw a guy with a Korshem he pulled in a draft that was just pristine, absolutely pristine.
Nice. Well, that's a foreshadowing spoiler for everybody. This might suck, you guys. No, I'm kidding. It's gonna be great.
Well, to be perfectly honest, this Korshem that I pulled, I shuffled. Like, I put it in my deck. I wanted to find out, I didn't keep it in absolutely perfect condition. I faced a couple of different options, right? Like, I could have gotten out of the interview and celebrated with my wife. I could have gotten out of the sealed event entirely and just gone and sold it, because I actually, in my 6 packs, I pulled a Channel Lake Frigid and the Altard, as well as the Korshem. Like, it was nuts. And then later on in that, I bought like a $60 box of Welcome to Wraith, and I pulled a Scabskin Leathers. Like, I had insane luck the whole weekend.
I got to rip a Stormstrider cold foil in half. That's my journey. That's crazy.
Hey man,
that's
it's certainly something.
I am jealous. But, I am thrilled for the experience. But now that I've got a long time, I get to look back and be like, I feel like someone got the better end of this adventure. That's fine. I went on a fantastic brew hop the last night.
Hell yeah, so, that's awesome.
That was great.
Well, I mean, we went out for Korean barbecue, and that was one of the better experiences I've had in card gaming as well.
We did. I love those kinds of things. More tips for you. If you get a chance to go with a group, go to dinner at least once. Go to like
goodness.
It doesn't have to be like nice or mind-blowing or anything like that, but just get a long table and get everybody there. Yeah, we had a blast.
Absolutely.
We had such a blast. We did that in Minnesota. No, did you come to us to Netrunner Minnesota the first time? I think you came.
No, unfortunately, I didn't make it to Worlds.
Okay.
Or Nationals for Netrunner.
Yeah, but no, you really gotta go. But yeah, it was such a cool celebration.
Oh, just to echo that sentiment and to be poetic about it, if you hear the calling, you must answer. If you think that you should go, you absolutely should.
I totally agree.
We met 1,100 incredible people. We didn't meet a single person who was like, oh, I hope I don't run across that person again. It was amazing, top to bottom, front to back, all the way through. It was absolutely incredible.
Definitely. Just don't get the hot dogs if it's Vegas again. Just don't do that. Don't do that. So you played with this thing.
Oh, yeah.
How...
Oh, no.
Any use to that card whatsoever?
I don't want to bag on it because I have a special sentimentality associated with this card, but it is, in my amateur opinion, not great. It's
no library in the right deck.
Right, because like library in the right deck is going to get you a whole extra card, and cards are to steal words. John Sidak, one of our locals. Cards are multiplicative. Like, you have a 5-card hand versus a 4-card hand versus a 3-card hand. goodness, a 6-card hand is not twice as good as a 3-card hand. It's like 100 times better. It's incredible. So like getting just an extra card and pushing up to 5 and maybe a 6th because you have one in arsenal, so good. Whereas like what's the upside for Korshem? Maybe you get to reveal a card 3 times. So maybe you get like an extra dollar or two. Maybe you get an extra life or two. And as a Guardian player, I know the value of an extra life or two. I know that like turning all of my Blessing of Deliverances into gaining an extra life just because they exist with Korshem, that's cool. But like, does it win a game? Sources say no.
Yeah. I mean, life gain kicked my butt, so maybe someday, maybe we'll get more opportunities to reveal. Icelander's not a reveal, right? It's just you get to play. It's not you get to reveal an ice card in arsenal. Okay.
You get to play a blue strip non-attack action from your arsenal.
Okay, so she's not a reveal. That's okay.
Gosh, that's true.
I'm just trying to think of like all the cards that reveal, all the cards that let you reveal, all the cards that let you reveal on your opponent's turn, which basically means you're just playing turn timber. I think that's the one that you confuse. Biting Gale.
Timber you confuse to make it bigger. Biting Gale you confuse to disrupt their turn. It's actually a sleeper hit. I think that card's great.
Biting Gale?
Yeah. Sure, you only block like 3 or 4, but you are making them like pay or lose a card out of their hand, which is so valuable in Flesh and Blood. All of those reasons before of having fewer cards is infinitely worse than having more cards. And then you get to use Oldheim's ability to make them top a card because you just fused with an ice card anyways. So now they're losing 2 cards. It's really strong. It can just stop a turn outright.
Yeah, that's... I'm still working on Oldhim. I'm still trying to... I mean, I play Azalea, so I have to work on everybody, but... whatever.
Old guy's S tier. Now, I think the game's pretty well balanced, but I think that... we're going to see what Everfest does. We're going to see the meta shake up like nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
If you think that Crucible of War shook things up, it did, but man, this is going to be nuts.
I'm of the mind to say is like, you think the Plunder Run ban shook things up. Shut up.
For sure.
But anyway, we've been chatting for a little bit. We've been talking a heck of a lot about Korshem. I've got no way to divert this into something else. Let's see what we got.
Are we gonna open up this box?
We're gonna open up this box. We're gonna.
Gosh. Okay. Well, let's do that. Okay. So here that's
from PCG.
Is. Yep. This is from Premier Card Grading Service.
So yeah, we reached out to Matt Rogers, and he was like, "Hey, send it our way." For a full disclaimer for everybody, we know that there is absolutely no way that we can 100% verify this is the exact card. I know Mark very well. True. We all know the story. It is on the Facebook. It is on the Flesh and Blood page. I don't think you have a second Korshem.
Well, it's funny that you say that. We did. I'm a part of a team, and we all pitch in and buy boxes together. And we bought a total of 20 boxes of Tales of Aria First Edition.
Okay.
We got in on pre-releases. We got in on all kinds of stuff, and we ended up pulling 3 Korshem.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's true. We pulled 3 of those. We pulled almost every legendary. I think we just failed to pull the New Horizons. I got like 4 or 5 Cracker Jacks. Tales of Aria was really good to us, like to say the very least.
I pulled my New Horizon Cold Foil came from my last place loser pack at an event.
Oh wow.
I was like, oh, I'm good.
Oh man,
I'm good. But anyway, so yeah, we reached out to Matt and said if he wanted to join us, but I mean, he was very, very clear of like, there's no way we can absolutely confirm this is the exact first card. So you kind of got to trust our judgment on this one. Like I said, I've got the article up and whatnot, so you can see. But that
right, and you can
we all watched it start to finish.
Exactly, and you can see the video from Louis where he runs up and interviews me. I'm wearing my mask. I've got my Wraith Times T-shirt on that I made. Like, it sounds like me. I have this red beard. Yeah. I have this tattoo and this wedding ring with this wear on it. Like,
there's no questioning me, if you are Mark. Mark is a very, very distinguished individual. Like, oh, I know you. I can tell you from afar.
So, like, that's for sure me. Is this for sure that Korshem? I say so.
You lived
whatever
it. You put it in.
It's got, yeah, whatever grading it's got. Like, I've only sent in 1 card ever to get graded. I'm gonna send in more. This was a really cool experience, but this is it. This is the only one that I've ever sent off.
All right.
And it wasn't my best looking Korshem. It wasn't my worst looking Korshem. It was the Korshem I pulled in Vegas.
All right. There we go. And that was the first one. So, without further ado, the first Korshem ever pulled.
Oh, man. It's got a lot of packing stuff in there. That makes sense, though. Okay. Yeah,
That's the village in Korshem. Those are the branches. Styrofoam
Those are the
branches of Korshem.
All right.
Again, special thanks to Matt. Special thanks to PCG for doing this for us.
Absolutely. You know, you really should check out... That's so loud. You really should check out Premier Card Grading. Card Shop Live. They do a great service. They have like a... sort of like a tracker that you can use to watch your card be received and go through grading and encapsulating and go through shipping and all of that. It was a great experience. And when I did it, there was a promo code available, FIRST, FIRST, and that got you, I think, like 20% off, which was a great deal. So if you've ever been thinking about going and getting a card graded, this was a great experience, and you can save some money while you're at it. I'm not endorsed by them. They didn't pay me to say that. Right. They wouldn't even be on this video to back it. It's just true. You can save yourself some money.
Yeah, we'll just discredit the whole thing. That's fine. No, all right. Anyway, let's see what we got.
Oh, man. All right, so here we go. It's Korshem.
Hey, you got a 9.
I think we got a 9 there. We got 2 9s, a 9.5, and a 10.
That's a 9++, right?
Yes.
That's how that works?
That's how that works. It's a 9++.
So I couldn't.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bit blurry on the screen. Left to right. What are the?
So it got a 10 in centering, a 9 on corners, a 9 on edges, and a 9.5 on surface.
You know what makes me feel really good is 10 on centering, just because it reminds me of Monarch, which was like a 4 on centering at best. Like you're lucky if you saw the whole card half the time.
Right, an absolute nightmare.
So that's awesome. I mean, 9++, first Korshem's pretty freaking killer. Hold up to the screen again.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so here we go.
As best as we could see it, we just see our respective monitors. That's fine. That's what it looks like. We'll try to take a really good picture, and I'll show it on the screen proper.
Yeah, definitely.
From a phone.
Try and get it with less. I've been thinking a lot about this next move, and I'm just going to do it. People say not to reveal these numbers because of counterfeiting, but this is the number of the Korshem that is first. It's going to be in my collection, my possession, period. I might
it's a little
sell
hard
it
to read.
in a few years. Okay, I'll read it off. It's 00003284. So that was the order number. That's this identifier. It's PCG's Korshem Crossroad of Elements. That identifier, like 503284.
So there it is. On record, the first Korshem.
Right.
3284.
Exactly.
And if
you see this item getting sold, and if you see this item being sold with that number, contact me, because I'll be able to tell you if it's still in my possession or not.
There you go. And if you're not interested in the Korshem, but you want to hear more of this man's amazing fucking voice, you should absolutely check out his YouTube on Mark Chamberlain VO. Right? Mark Chamberlain VO?
That's me, Mark Chamberlain VO, as in voiceover.
Yep.
And of course, I know you're already here, but you got to check out Joey's Decks and Drafts. He's been putting out great content for years. So if you're just checking out this video to see the reveal of that Korshem, maybe you should check out Joey's videos and see what he's about.
Yeah, definitely. And also, you got to get on FabDB. You got to get on Wraith Times. Not FabDB, Wraith Times. Get on FabDB also, same group. But Wraith Times.
Absolutely. FabDB, Wraith Times, we're all a part of the same group. You have to check us out. We put out a lot of free content. We also have premium content, which I do narrate for them. So certainly vested interest in one of their employees. But either way, we put out a lot of great content. So I would highly recommend that you give it a shot. Go and check it out. wraithtimes.com.
Awesome. Love it. Well, thank you so much for joining. And kind of this is a cool experience for me because I don't deal with graded cards. I have never gotten anything graded. So between us,
right, me neither.
This is the first time that you and I have gotten to really deal with a graded card, which is pretty cool. And it wasn't bad. I really thought you let us down with I played with it and the thing was terrible and it didn't look that good and I saw much better ones. 9++ is no laughing matter.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to have this in my collection, to have this memory in my in my physical possession for the next long while.
For sure. Well, anyway, I'm sure that I will see you soon enough. We got a whole bunch of Feral Wraith coming up, and we got ProQuest, and I got to get down there anyway because there's some new breweries that opened up.
I hear we might just coax a commotion sometime in 2022. Who knows?
Yeah, we're gonna doing the coaxing again in Colorado. Probably August is my target. Kind of depends on the calling schedules and other traveling schedules. But if for those of you who haven't heard, I have also traveling with the coaxing. We're going to DC sometime in spring, and I'm bringing the coaxing out there. And that one's gonna be a lot of fun. I've got some spicy stuff for that because we have the Art House Syndicate now. So I'm getting artist proofs as prize support, and I'm getting like specific coaxing sketches.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Joey's run events here in Colorado for a long time, and one of the best prizes that he always pulls together are artist proofs, because like it's always good getting promos and special cards and fancy things like that, but like really celebrating the artists and directly contributing to them is just one of the coolest things that we've done as a community. Absolutely.
Yeah. With our runner is Matt Zellinger, right? Is that his last name?
Oh,
Matt Z?
Yeah, Zellinger.
Yeah, Zellinger.
Yeah.
I wanna commission him for some Flesh and Blood stuff. I want to commission him for Dash. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Gosh.
But
if only I had hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
I don't. So I also have a Patreon, you guys. Patreon.com/Decks and Drafts. So
I have one too, Mark Chamberlain VO, but if you could just share my videos around, that would mean a whole lot to me. Don't check out my Patreon, just share me around.
Yeah, and if you really like it, then check out his Patreon. Same with me. If you really like the stuff that I'm doing, please check out my Patreon. Anyway, this has been a 4-minute closing at this point, so I'm going to cheers an awesome Korshem. Well done on the grading. Thank you so much for letting us, the community, enjoy that experience for the first time. And yeah, we'll catch you on your channel with some more kick-ass lore that you read for everybody.
Absolutely. It's so good being a part of this community. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Louie. And I hope y'all have a great night.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.